So I made a whoops. Well, sort of a whoops. It really doesn't matter that much.
We were starting to talk to Flane, and she had input.
Yeah. So is the Battle of the Eagle and Lion before or after Flane joined? And the answer is...
It was before she joined. Right?
Yeah, because I don't remember her there. I'm pretty sure it was before.
That is not at all the case, Professor. Your
Ah!
memory serves you poorly.
Wait, is that the question you were
It
asking?
was shortly after I joined your class. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Ah, I don't. I do not remember. Anyway, Flane, teach me the ways of faith.
So we missed out on more bonus points with her.
One friendship point with Flane, which, like, she is... no, we don't actually have S rank
I just
with
remember her being missing for a substantial period of time.
Yeah.
Before we were able to recruit her, so I thought it was after the battle.
So it's the chapter immediately after you rescue her. I forget. It doesn't matter. It's like 8 friendship points.
I've been able to study the Great Bridge of Myrddin at my leisure. And you know what? It's an astounding structure. So much history there. Imagine how much time and effort it must have taken to build something that big. Over water, no less. I hope that someday it will be opened up to the people of Fódlan. A historical site, rather than a military checkpoint.
Teach me the ways of things. I don't care what. I truly don't care. Oh, it is weird and magic to be at this point in the game and just be like, "Hello, student, teach me thing."
The Imperial waiting for us on the way. We had better wait.
No.
Just better brace ourselves.
Yeah. What I'm gonna do is, if there's a question, I'm just gonna flip through it until there's a question, and if there's a question, then I'll just roll back and see what they actually were going to say.
So we already won the Battle of Myrddin.
Yeah.
So now we're on to face the
so it's round
Fargus
3 of
force.
all 3 houses fighting each other, probably.
The time's come to fight the Empire, huh? Wow, it's shaping up to be quite the battle. And I've got no problem with that. But that mystery army really worries me. There's no indication if they're friend or foe. Who do you think they are, Professor?
Dimitri himself?
Not unless he rose from the grave to secure revenge. That would mean... Actually, I have no idea what that would mean. Well, whoever they are, I hope we can avoid fighting them.
Low battery!
Low battery?
Low battery!
Oh, easily solved. I guess I have been using these controllers a lot.
And it's interesting how it's only the right one that seems to have faltered. Is that one okay? It looks... Oh, it's full battery. That's good for it. Sorry for that. Are you gonna have to do the stop recording, start recording again, or you're gonna remember this?
Nah. This goes in the footage.
Wait, you're just gonna put that in the footage?
Happens.
Why?
It's life.
There was still...
Oh, this controller is actually really comfortable. I was using the
Joy-Cons on the connector
yeah,
controller?
because they were small, and I liked that, but right now I'm enjoying like a full-body controller in my hands.
Me that the Empire has stationed soldiers. If they decide to... I hear.
Nothing he said mattered.
There was...
Right.
Let's see, how old is Sothis?
Beyond the knife.
Interesting question.
I mean, so the whole
still...
blessing of the saints and everything happened 1,000 years ago, but we don't know how old humanity is, and if Sothis had been a patron to them prior to that, or if she only came to this world or this realm when she blessed the saints and started the Church of Seiros.
We know he's finally a Wyvern Lord. Describe Leone.
So it really depends on where she came from and how old she was there.
Could I at least persuade you to eat with utensils?
I eyes on your own plate. Don't you know it's disrespectful to waste food?
I like how they're actually arguing with one another as opposed to just complimenting the food.
I kind of appreciated that, actually. Okay, so who is not? So we gotta go find Lysithea?
Ferdinand.
Okay. Let's find...
Well, Ferdinand, he was already back in the...
I'm gonna pull up my information. My gift list. The way I know how to give people things. Ferdinand.
Ferdinand was back.
Ferdy.
Ferdy,
I have gift for you.
Spoken with him just prior.
Ferdy. Ferdy, I have present. Love me. We're getting to the point where, like, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna care too much about, like, character training. It's nice, but, like, meh. Gifts. Okay, so this is Ferdinand. Ferdinand likes boots, whetstones, and tea leaves.
Oh, right. He did love
Riding
tea.
boots.
Speaking of, I have jasmine tea right here.
Exact.
See, Wonder should play the other paths as well. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know how that's gonna go, but it's probably not going to be, like, full playthrough levels. Chances are it's probably going to be me, like, super freaking turbo training, like, a couple of characters and then being
Well,
like...
what does the new game plus do?
So effectively, you start over from the beginning, but you can spend renown to, like, level up your professor level. Or, like, your students and stuff.
But how much renown can you achieve? You've only gotten so much to put into those statues already.
But the
So those
statues carry over.
The statues carry over.
Yeah.
Okay.
So imagine if you didn't have to put in thousands of renown into those statues.
I trust you and Claude. If we lose in the next... If that happens, my parents won't escape unharmed. They've raised their anti-imperial flag after all.
So...
If we lose in the next battle, the Empire's army will likely come surging into Alliance territory.
This is she's just concerned about her parents.
yeah.
Thank you, Professor. I'll fight with all I've got to. Speaking with you has eased my mind a bit. Just enough, in fact, to put me in the mood for sweets.
Anyway, let's see. So, as far as, like, New Game Plus goes, it'll probably just be me. Probably. Just because, like, we do have other JRPGs to play.
Well,
And
we're gonna have
Need
Oninaki,
something.
and we still need to finish Lost Sphere and such, but...
See you again soon.
Yeah.
Will many of the paths or the battles still be the same? Or has it been
So I think the school route
completely
is the
divergent?
same, is fairly similar.
Up until that battle,
Yeah.
where you
Professor,
discover that Edelgard is...
Let's see, we're on chapter 17,
Claude
by the
seems
way.
filled with confidence, but I wonder if everything really will be okay. The Imperial Army might be hiding the Emperor, and the troops headed south might belong to the Old Kingdom. I'll be honest, I'm incredibly uneasy about all of this. But at this point, there's no option but to move forward.
Okay, this is Annette. She likes hair clips. We might be running out of those. No, we're not. Let's see, how many chapters are there? It depends on the route you pick. The two Edelgard routes are shorter, like 18 to 20 chapters total, whereas Claude's is 22. I think Dimitri's is fairly long too. So Ingrid and Sedith. Let's see. Did we finally get Ingrid up to Paladin? We did, so it doesn't matter that much.
So would Edelgard's paths be completely crushing the Alliance and the Kingdom and taking over the world?
Each time we press forward, our search for Rhea broadens to a wider area. I certainly hope we will find at least, if I'm right, and she is in the
Meh.
What would her other path be? Would she be in opposition to the
This is
cult
So-
of evil that she had started?
Okay, spoilers from what I know, because I
Eh.
don't know too much. The Edelgard route, there's two. One where you join her and oppose the church. The other where you oppose her and join Rhea.
But The Church and Rhea are no different from one another, are
so
they?
Edelgard opposes Rhea versus you full-on join Rhea.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Rhea route's gonna be
I've
like.
cut all contact with my family since joining this fight. Were I to see soldiers of the Galatea family amidst the host flying the royal family's banner, well, all chance of reconciliation with my father would end there. I do not know if that is the right path, but the fact is, I've come this far. There's no time for second guessing. Not anymore.
So this is Ingrid.
So it's essentially, do you follow the leader of your house or do you oppose her?
Pretty much.
But then you're not necessarily... You're aligning yourself with the church, but the alliance and the kingdom are still your enemies?
Yeah, that's the thing I'm still kind of stuck on for this game. It's like, I still don't see how we could end up being opposed to the kingdom here. Unless, of course,
also,
like...
how would you end up with any students on your side? Unless they were... Because if you recruit them for the Empire, does Edelgard get them,
No,
or do
you recruit
get them?
for you.
You recruit them for you.
Because they probably stick with you up until the Flame Emperor thing, and then say she like takes her helmet off, and it's like, I'm the Flame Emperor, and you're like, what the hell? And then you're like, wait, hold on a second, sure, I'll join you. Then everybody else is like, okay, cool, we're coming with, and it's
But if you decide to oppose her and join Rhea, then she would still lose all her classmates.
Yeah. At least the ones that... Yeah, actually, she probably would lose every Black Eagle classmate. Now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, so we got all of those. I don't know. It'll be interesting. That'll probably be the last route I do, if I do it. Let's see. So, frustratingly, if I want to do that one side quest for... Wait, if I want to do that one supply...
you just need to get a Caledonian crayfish. I'm sure we've gotten Airmid pike.
I sold all of my fish, though.
Ah, why?
Because we needed money.
Oh.
And they were worth a decent amount. We can go fishing for a bit. We'll just go fishing for a smidge.
But are these immensely rare fish, or...?
No. I'm pretty sure. Oh,
I don't know if I've ever seen a crayfish.
Oh.
You might... Oh, there's a pike.
Hold on, that's the rewards.
Those are the
No. Resources needed. Airmid pike and Celadonian crayfish. Yeah, so we just got to do that again. I don't know.
So get another pike, because you did get one pike.
Yeah, so that's just a large fish. I'm assuming the crayfish is probably one of the smaller ones. I can't imagine this is going to take a little while.
The fish that you caught was a large bluefish, so it was still...
Yep. I'm just going to catch the first fish that comes, probably, until we get it, because I can't imagine the crayfish is small. Or, no, I can't imagine the crayfish is large.
The crayfish probably would not require the best bait.
No.
Ooh,
well,
purple.
I'm going to catch that anyway.
Strange fish shadow.
Not the best, but I also don't need these.
Ooh,
yeah,
Fódlan.
Fódlandies are worth a lot of money. I just don't need them.
Because crayfish are bottom feeders, and they... I don't know, they kind of eat the detritus around the rocks. They have all those
Let's see.
little tiny leg things inside their mouths, and they're...
I really do not like the look of crayfish.
I mean,
They're unnerving.
Well, that's because they look like shrimp and lobsters, and...
He's not my favorite.
I'd have to say, I do like the look of lobsters and crayfish and such more than crabs. Crabs can be scary.
Yeah, crabs are spooky. I think ultimately, I just have trouble with any creature with an exoskeleton. They almost always just like...
I mean, they are essentially the insects of the deep. Crustaceans. What are you looking for? Yeah, why don't you do insect larva? That would...
Types of bait and fish that you can get.
Well, insect larva...
Crayfish.
Yeah, what do crayfish want?
1-star quality.
Right, because they're the bottom feeders. They don't care what you give them.
Let's see. It's going to be one of these Garbo. It's probably one of the small ones, too.
Mm-hmm. Well, crayfish are fairly small.
Well, dang it.
With the exception of... there are the ones that they have, say, down in New Orleans. Or New Orleans.
Orleans.
Because those are the ones that they cook up for people to eat.
Silverfish. Not a fan.
Silverfish
Why?
are
Stop giving me the good
insects.
fish. Wait, why am I even bothering to catch the good fish? Like, we straight up don't need professor levels, so I'm not actually sure why I'm doing this.
We want to get that crayfish.
Old habits die so hard. But, like, I need to actually get shitty fish here. And if you notice, we're getting red shadows, purple shadows, golden shadows. And what we need are, like, small and shitty.
Bad. What are you doing?
Oh, right. It's got to be good, at least. Good. Nope.
You got a loach.
It's probably one of the small ones.
You need
yeah, it's the dark blue.
You need something tiny.
And we've only been getting big ones.
There's a small.
There's a small. Okay. Nope, that's
goby.
a goby. Okay.
One I have enjoyed has been Longostino. People
You
use
just made that up.
No, it's a type of crustacean that's like a mini lobster, and they often use it as a substitute for lobster. They're larger than shrimp and crayfish, but they're smaller than lobsters, I believe.
God damn it, gobies.
Wander, I had Longostino.
When? Where?
At Red Lobster.
Oh.
They had it as part of a
Fake fish.
interesting pasta dish.
I do not like Red Lobster. The smell.
I know, but my grandmother enjoys going there. And there's always some nostalgia about it.
Yeah.
Particularly
but it's
those
like every time
Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Every time we go, I'm like, can we go literally anywhere else? And
well,
everybody's
remember
like,
that
no.
one date that we had that was really good? With this, that was when they were having their huge surf and turf.
It was adequate.
My steak
Yours was good,
awesome.
but like I remember my steak being boring. Not terribly.
That's because you didn't have all the blue cheese sauce on it.
Not terribly tasty. Give me small fish, damn it! Come on! Why?
There. I don't know, have you thought that maybe you need to be excellent?
It, according to everybody, it's like...
You have to get the worst possible...
Possibly?
Score? No, maybe try to do well with no bait.
I can't do no bait.
Oh, you can't do no bait. Perfect, and watch you get the crayfish. No, you got a herring.
I got a herring. I think the problem is it's on the same tier as the goby. Oh, why did I do that? Like it's somewhere in here.
Loach. If it's a 1-star, how are you gonna get a 1-star? Oh, this one has very little HP. This one has to be a crayfish. No, it's
Airman
a goby.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up. See if there's a specific bait I should be using here.
Well, okay, can you look at the bait options? Wonder?
Hold on.
Because maybe you should try to look at what a crayfish would actually eat.
Let's see. Insect larva is the worst bait. Yep.
I mean, why don't you try pond snail?
No, it's straight up like use the worst stuff. And only go for the dark blue shadows.
But are you sure good is good enough? Maybe you need to have excellent.
Maybe I do need to go up to the snail. I don't know. We can go up to it for the next one.
Let's go up to snail. Because I could imagine a snail. Because, okay, crayfish don't feed on the surface; they feed at the bottom. So imagine if a poor snail found itself drowned in water.
Why must you taunt me with money?
The crayfish would come over and tear it apart.
Stop taunting me with cash.
Silverfish. Except not the silverfish.
The problem is, like...
You're getting golds.
I don't know if it has to do with my professor level, but, like...
There you go.
I feel like the rare fish have been showing up. See if that's it. These be it. Yep,
crayfish! Woo!
Crayfish.
Crawfish.
Where the heck is Hilda? Oh, Hilda's right here. Like, I think, yeah, right here. Okay, we are done. Good. Brr. And let's get this mission on the road. Get the plot on the road. Get out of here. Be done with this game. I mean, straight up, if we ignored everything, we could beat this game today. But I would like to at least get, like, some more support conversations, maybe.
Oh, yeah, definitely support conversations.
Also, maybe max out the... Oh, right, we've got, let's see.
Is every statue at gold now?
Yeah. Yeah, so I want to max out those statues before New Game Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Dimitri's ghost. Venstrals. Teach me about birds. Okay. There's another student that I can learn from. Go out here.
I'm surprised the rubble hasn't been cleared out yet. From the ceiling.
Advanced Axe Tournament today. Oh, hey, Hilda. It's your jam. I'm looking forward to getting to do for a Blue Lions run, having him do this, because apparently it's extra funny. Because everything's bigger in his hands, because he's a much bigger dude.
Oh, so it's scaled up.
Yeah, so like the bow tournament is just really stupid on him. Behold the wall.
It's really impressive when you play MMOs and you choose different character races and you realize that some of the weapons have been scaled up or down depending on what the race is, but not necessarily because of the race's size. Sometimes you have a race that's smaller, but they have a massive weapon in comparison, or two races are nearly the same height, but one of them has a much longer sword than the other or something. I don't know. It's weird how they decide what is to scale for that particular kind of creature.
They added Titan Grip to World of Warcraft, where warriors could wield two-handed weapons in one hand.
Yeah.
And like it was extra stupid looking for gnomes, because they didn't get the scaling that well on some of them ever.
So they had weapons that were not only taller than
twice
themselves,
as tall as them or something like that. It was magic.
So if they sheath the swords on their back, would they drag them through the dirt or?
Oh yeah.
All right, training time.
So he got Paladin finally.
Were you training Lysithea in horses or no? Who are you training?
I'm kind of just doing whatever the heck, because... Oh. See, I'm just gonna teach her how to fly. Let's see, you wanted Ash to be a bow knight, right? Yes and no. The problem is apparently bow knights have real garbage stat growth, so it's better that I don't. Because To some degree...
Not that we're going to use him too much, though. You do like to have him on the battlefield and
yeah, to some degree, I might almost even
tests.
switch him over to, like, Paladin. Maybe? I don't really know. Let's see. Ingrid. Actually, Ingrid's good enough, I think. He switched... Yeah, who have we not ever used for reasons? I know Lorenz is kind of
I don't even know why they have E. It should be A, B, C, D, F.
Yeah. I don't really get the whole grading system
back
in these
school,
games.
we didn't have E's.
Lysithia. She's one of the ones we do need to train. Because I believe if I get her up to B riding, she can straight up be a Dark Knight, finally. So we did Lorenz. Actually, Landerman. Oh god, getting him up to Dark Knight levels is going to be rough.
Because for school grading, it's A, B, C, D, and F. F just means failure. You're an abject failure.
Oh yeah, it just straight up skip E in our school system.
Mm-hmm. What?
I don't know. It's just dumb.
Well, and the thing is, you couldn't even get an F plus or minus. It was just failure. What was the margin for failure? It was... A typically was anywhere in the 90s, but an A minus would be a 90 to 93, and then from 94 to 97 was A, and then wasn't 97 to 100 A plus?
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
It gets confusing and dumb.
And then B pluses were, I think, maybe 87 to 89. And the mid 80s range would be B. And when you started getting into the 70s, that's when you were C. I think 75. Wasn't 75 a solid C?
Yeah. Yeah, that was just straight in the middle of C.
And then, I mean, I rarely ever got anything below a B, so I'm not familiar with what those ones were. Let's see. D. Yeah, D had to be in the 60s, correct?
Yeah.
So would failure just be 60 and below?
For me, D was anything below 70.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, actually, that's another good thing.
Anything below 60 was an F.
I don't think there was any such thing as a D plus or minus.
I'm sure there was in my school system. I'm just also sure no one cared.
I mean, at that point, if you're starting to get to D, that's bad.
Yeah,
really
when
bad.
you were down to D, you were pretty much failing anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, like... It didn't work. I don't remember why I've had her on Faith in Flying. Turns out that was completely useless. Oh well, let's see. Well, her horses are fine, so... In case I want her to be a Falcon Knight. I guess I could just hand her a sword. She'd probably get through it pretty quick.
Some people are saying they might not have even had pluses or minuses.
Yeah, Rays of Hope is exactly what I had. Pluses... I don't remember if pluses meant anything in my school system. I think it did for middle school for your GPA, but when you hit high school, it didn't matter.
Oh, you see, in high school, they still gave us pluses and minuses.
Let's see, Felix doesn't need to be anything. Sylvain is fine. Mercedes is fine. It's fine. Ingrid is... Flying. Sedith is fine. Flame is fine. And a man. Boy, he's a long way off of anything useful. I mean, he's fine where he is. He's still a monster. Sure, I'm forgetting somebody in this mix, but I am having trouble caring. We can just beat this game without too much min-maxing. Oh, right. I had turned off voice acting.
Oh, gave me a nickname. Oh, you turned off voice acting. Why?
It's fine.
Okay, so what's Caspar's name? You actually have one, but it's too scary to say out loud. Keep working hard and eventually you'll earn one, and nickname should come up naturally.
It's too scary to say out loud.
Great answer. He likes that. And of course, everyone is face palming in the background.
Let's see. New.
Okay, remember to turn on voices immediately.
Yep. Don't worry, we don't have a cutscene. It's just the characters doing chores. You know, I should probably actually just take... Well, I don't know if I'll take people off group activities. Probably should actually switch away from this. They don't really need this anymore.
Oh, the heavy armor?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Time for some prologue, or not prologues, paralogues. There we go.
But also, get those voices back.
Must hear word. Okay. I don't remember any certifications being important for any of these characters. Because she still needs Lance C Riding A. Ow. Bernadetta has Bow Knight, but she doesn't want it. She need for Falcon Knight. Lance A. Ugh. Yeah, she probably won't get that. Fun pipe dream. Next time, I will absolutely keep all these things in mind, so I build all the characters towards their like, inevitable class, instead of being like, yeah, let's make, Marianne do Faith and Flying. I'm sure there's gotta be some kind of Pegasus. No. I'm pretty sure there was a flying healer in the previous games, but I don't remember that well.
Ooh, yeah, let's look at these paralogs. Oh, so for his, it's interested in learning more about the legend of Macuel. One of the four saints, Claude ventures out to cross the territory of Margrave Edmund. Wait, Margrave Edmund? Oh, was Margrave one of our opponents? Before?
I think so.
To the Srang region.
Cool.
And they said that you should probably use him against whatever creature we face.
Him, Flane, X, let's see.
Sedith?
Yeah.
Does Sedith know him? Look at those hours.
So I'm gonna skip this one, because if we ever want to go back and get that one dialogue with Claude attacking Edelgard, that's a save file.
Very interesting.
What's interesting?
Oh, Teach. How long have you been there? Don't sneak up on me like that. You almost gave me a heart attack. Anyway, I'm reading the official biography of the Four Saints, as sanctioned by the Church. I know you're not very familiar with the teachings of Seiros, but even you must have read it at least once.
Nope.
Tell me again, how exactly did you manage to get a job teaching at an academy run by the Church?
Blessed.
Well, whether you've read the biography or not, the Four Saints must at least ring a bell, right? Well then, I've got a little quiz for you. Name the Four Saints, companions of the great Saint Seiros.
Oh, Margrave Edmund is Marianne's father.
I'll give you a hint.
Oh, yeah.
There was Keyhole, Sethleen, Indek, and... who was the fourth one again?
Macuel. Yeah.
Correct. I was hoping you'd know that much at least. In any case, you can learn some interesting things reading about the life and times of Saint Macuil. For instance, he was more skilled with his hands than his fellow saints, and even became an accomplished blacksmith. He used his skills to forge countless sacred weapons for the army of Seiros. Of course, he didn't just forge the weapons, he also used them in battle himself. Legends say his strength was second only to Seiros. It's even said that he played a big role in the Battle of Tailtean, where Seiros fought Nemesis, the king of liberation who became the king of evil. Macuil lost his life in that battle, and now his body rests in a coffin within the Holy Mausoleum. Or so one story goes. Another legend says he set off on a journey to find a new land. That he left Fódlan from the east, crossed the sea, and vanished. He must have left Alliance territory, but where exactly would he have set sail from, I wonder? Thinking about it reminds me of another interesting story concerning the Srang region. The peninsula is attached to the mainland of Fódlan and extends from the northeastern part of Kingdom territory. If you were to set sail from Margrave Edmund's territory, you could cut across a stretch of sea and land there. And it just so happens that in the Srang region, there are ruins built to worship a sacred beast that appeared from across the sea. If the ruins have something to do with Saint Macuil, there could be sacred weapons there. So, have I piqued your interest, or what?
No.
What?
You always have to play it cool, don't you? Just think of how useful it would be to have weapons like that. Not to mention that the peninsula would be pretty easy to get to about now, seeing as how Alliance territory has settled down a bit. We'd be there and back in no time. No one would even notice we were gone. Come on, Teach. Let's go to the Srang region. I always see it through once I set my mind on something. Let's make the necessary preparations before I die of curiosity.
Considering we can just gift dump everybody, I don't even care about picking the right answer anymore. I'm just gonna pick the memes.
So I wonder what form he'll take on if he's in... Is Srang a desert? Yeah, he is. Maybe he's gonna be a giant snake. Oh hey, we already have worms.
Yep.
Sandworms.
Oh.
Wait.
The wind collar.
The wind collar.
He's fluffy and big.
That's not Macuil, is he?
What the? Oh, hi. Thief leaders.
I need to be a griffin.
A lot of thieves, in fact. A lot of people with goodies. The interesting thing is they're not necessarily opposed to me. Okay. So you gotta get rid of Hilda, we gotta get rid of Sylvain. Gotta get rid of Leonie. Or alternatively, let's bring Leonie back. Inventory, reclass. Remember a bit of speed training.
I'll give this a whirl.
Switch her into a flyer. Let's see, Lysithea is fine. Let's see, right. Raphael, we were gonna give Bernadetta. I'm not entirely convinced that we should push the romance, just because they were...
Nah, that's true. That's true. Why don't we just have her rank up with other people too?
Yeah. Let's see, so we need flyers. Flyers and fast people. Fast-ish people. Let's see. Let's grab Petra then, probably. So we have Claude in his Barbarossa class. X, who's just fast, fairly fast. A couple of casters who move over the sand perfectly well. I don't know how Raphael's gonna move on sand. We'll find that out as we go along. Let's see. Do we want Ash? We want Caspar because he's a flyer. He's a little on the weak side, though. Shouldn't be that big of a deal.
I don't recall seeing any treasure chests on the field.
No, he is an okay sniper, though. But, yeah, that's fair. I mean, yeah, we should probably just bring Felix. the unholy monstrosity that he is and ends up being. Okay, so who have we not seen, or who do we want to push friendship on?
Well, you'd have to look at their stats. We really
We'll
should
just
sit
pick a
down and
character
just
that we
do this.
currently have. Let's grab... Who can Seteth friend? Seteth can friendship a lot of people. Who do we want to hear more about his friendships with?
Maybe Hanneman.
Okay.
We don't know how they interact.
Okay, sure. Wait, out of... sure, we'll give him Hanneman. Oh, actually, he only can have Cyril.
What do you mean by can only have Cyril?
Because he's a flyer.
Oh, when you're a flying unit, you can only have flyers?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because movement types match up. Okay, Seteth. Can Seteth not have support conversations with Aloise?
No.
Oh, I wanted maximum dadage. They just sit there just out dad joking each other. There's no like arc or anything. It's just like one walks by and dad jokes the other.
I've noticed that. Are there some characters that are completely lacking in conversations with others? I know that the kids, it's been mostly the adults.
Yeah, so Aloise and Seteth will not speak with each other ever.
Aloise actually only has a very small...
Oh yeah. Very small list.
Yeah.
I think it's because Aloise and... What was his face? Annette's dad. I don't know if they're necessarily interchangeable, but they might be?
Gilbert? I don't know.
Yeah, because I think Gilbert is actually recruitable. Just not on this path.
Maybe only if you're in the Lions.
Yeah, probably. Okay, let's see. Units. So who else could use support? Let's do Petra. Petra hasn't had a whole lot of friend conversations with...
She can have them with Linhardt, Bernadetta. We haven't even seen any. Cyril.
Ash? Let's do Ash, because Cyril's already on Seteth.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. And Ash is one of the few characters that I want to get EXP in.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Right. Last thing is battalions. Who does not have a battalion? Because they always should have a battalion if I can get them one. Well, this is inconvenient. Give me. Unfortunately...
You have a couple flying ones.
Yeah, but their authority stat is garbage.
Oh, so then they can't even command them.
Let's see. I mean, that should be good. Seiros Mercenaries. Well, he should have a much higher authority stat, so he can actually use...
I see, and the higher the authority stat, the better the force you can wield.
And the stronger they'll be. So, so X has maxed out authority, meaning he can more or less just, like, plow through quite a lot of things.
Sandworms!
If I was super motivated, I'd just have a bunch of people sitting around. Let's see, what do we want? I mean, it really doesn't matter as long as they have a. As long as they have a battalion, it doesn't even matter. They get a battalion EXP and authority EXP. So I'm just going to dump a bunch of these on until until we know better. And some of these are actually really good, like the Elmyran mercenaries, so I should probably rethink this a little bit. Have the kids. Who... Sylvain could use... Let's see, because Gerald's mercenaries are pretty good, but we also have the Elmyran mercenaries. First resilience a little bit, but an extra 3 damage really does make some makes a difference. Ash and Bernadetta. I guess we'll just give him Gerald's. Okay, Ferdinand will have kids. Annette will have other kids.
Wait,
Ingrid
kids? Oh, youth. Oh, just...
Youths. Perks. Okay, there we go. Now everybody's got a battalion. With the exception of Cyril.
Welcome.
Battalion Guild hire. Let's see, so Cyril. And we can min-max this at a later date. Well, never mind. Authority level is actually just too low. I guess what I'm gonna do. Let's just grab the Pegasus Company and the other Pegasus Company. Everything else shouldn't matter too much. And then they just give her plus some magic. Okay, so should be fine. Let's see. I guess
much preparation. Ready to go?
Let's see. Can you use one of the bigger, better ones? Yeah. Well, he could go up to one of the D rank ones, because what's his current immortal core? What rank are they? Do you see a rank anywhere? So I actually don't, and it's...
Wait, what about the immortal core?
I'm trying to figure out what the rank of his is. Okay, so the immortal core that Claude is using is actually rank C.
It's a C.
I just want to see if there are any other flying ones that he could poach off of another character. But the answer is no. So Cyril just remains unitless for the time being. Oh well, that's fine. Begin battle.
There are the ruins. It looks like we're not gonna have the luxury of an excavation. Look, I bet those are the watchmen of the ruins, and that they've been ordered to keep out intruders. And that big beast? I hear they call it the Wind Caller.
Thieves! Only by defeating me can you claim the secret treasure.
Yeah, it speaks! What is it?
Huh? Who are you? I'm just here for a bit of treasure. Don't attack me.
Someone got here first. Must be a band of looters. We can't let them get the treasure. Guess their luck's about to run out.
Time for a spot of casual murder. With a capital, drop that
Good
on
time
him.
for a secret scheme.
Wow!
Ooh.
Sorry.
I did
but
not
missed.
realize how strong that was.
I'm glad that he has a unique dragon now.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
wyvern,
I think
wyvern.
it's more or less just the same wyvern, just
It's a
recolored
recolor.
slightly, but that's okay.
Put me in there.
At your service. My orders?
Let's see. Probably have him go this way. And alternatively, we could have her start punching these worms down. I don't even know how strong they are. They're very, very weak. And horrifying looking, but mostly just weak.
It has these weird sinewy bits that are
What's my strategy?
opening and closing the hinges of its mouth. It's just right.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that design.
Let's make this quick.
Just warp. Get in there, punch man. We need you for your finest punchings.
Onward.
Rescue. Ah. Can't get over X's collar. It's so stupid.
Well,
I don't know who's
More
in charge
fighting.
of the fashion design for the Awakened one, but like it is just bad. Like I don't
Really,
even.
if
I
the
don't-
collar was gone, it would be 100 times better.
Yeah.
Leave it to me.
Oh, it's so gross. I do not like it. Well,
Worm.
I punched it right out of the soil. Like, I can kind of tolerate the rest of it. It's just... the collar is, like, the last thing that an already horrid outfit needed.
Oh, an oasis. That is a bright blue. It almost looks like the blue I think there was a news article about somewhere in England. The water was this, what would you call it? Just this neon cyan color, and it was being tested to see if something was a mock.
You're not trying to take his treasure from me, are you?
Worth a try.
Having polluted it or something. Or if it was a kind of organism or heavy metals
If I don't
or...
get this treasure back, the boss is gonna be really angry with me.
Now's our chance.
Yeah, who's the boss?
Dunno, and we will never know.
Unless the boss shows up himself later. Oh, there.
Too? Well, I'm not letting you have this treasure.
That's the thief leader. Wait, they're fighting each other?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, these thieves are fighting the phantoms guarding the treasure.
Mm-hmm.
Pew.
We're all desperate, aren't we?
Let's see. Perfect. They don't have close quarters.
I will destroy
I don't know why they don't have close quarters.
I'm not dying here.
It's confusing, but that's okay.
You're amazing.
Let's see. Seteth.
Horses are such unique creatures. I'm just thinking about the like character traits when it comes to their morphology and how interesting it is.
Yeah. I mean, you could say that about quite a lot of different creatures.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, definitely. But I suppose it just seems as though there are a number of animals that they closely resemble other ones, especially facially. I can't really tell you, aside from zebra and donkeys, what else horses... Ugh, loud cars. Are more closely related to, because whenever I see a llama or an alpaca, I just instantly think camel. And even further off, giraffe.
Camels are weird
That's a
and
win
dumb.
for everyone.
But you see, they have similar faces, and you can tell that they are probably offshoots of one another in the distant past. Now, one thing I always wondered, are armadillos and anteaters very, very distantly related?
Interesting question.
They have the beady little eyes and the snout.
I don't know.
I
Well,
will not
that
die
went down
yet.
quick.
Nice.
That'd be interesting to look into.
Oh, he took a damage.
Leave it.
Okay, who else has not done a thing?
And porcupines look like they could be distantly related to beavers. They have similar faces. But no, I think they are...
That's another one.
I think beavers have more in common with groundhogs, don't they?
I really don't know. I wish I could better tell you, but like, this is straight up one part of biology that my education never covered, and I've never been particularly motivated to like research on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Because like sometimes I'll sit down with like Wikipedia and be like, how does this thing work? But like most of the time I'm just like, eh. I don't know, my head's so full of video games, everything else is just kind of like, idle
Well,
curiosity, I guess.
I suppose that was also... The reason why I was thinking about it was because I was looking at the Pegasus. But it's interesting because the macule creature, if it is indeed macule, probably is, if it's the beast that came across the sea at about the time macule was supposed to. That one's definitely reptavian in nature.
Too easy.
Because it has
A fitting
segmented
outcome.
scales on its neck. it still has... I mean, it's quadrupedal, but it has definitely the avian claws on it.
Ow.
And it looks like it's covered in feathers as opposed to fur. And of course it has the wings and the beak and the head that resembles a hawk. I wonder when there was a divergence between like reptiles and then birds, because increasingly over the years, yeah,
become a thief.
Dinosaurs have been found to have had more feathers than originally thought, but those tended to be amongst the raptors.
Here is something to believe in.
The bipedal creatures.
Yeah, I know velociraptors were supposed to have feathers, in retrospect.
And I think they've maybe even been saying creatures as large as the T-Rex. I don't know about the T-Rex themselves. But as far as I know, I haven't heard of any feathers existing on, say, Stegosaurus or Triceratops and
Will this ever
the
end?
herbivores.
Thanks.
I'm just imagining a floofy brontosaurus.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Even
what's
if
next?
brontosauruses didn't exist, they were brachiosauruses, right?
Actually, I think Apatosaurus is.
Oh. I don't know. I was never that big into dinosaurs as a kid. Like, I enjoyed...
I was so upset when I found out that Brachiosaurs or Brontosauruses didn't exist. That they were just another variety of another long necks. The long necks. That's what you'd call them in Land Before Time. Long necks, three horns,
You know,
duckbills.
the more I think about it...
Treasure. I thought it would make me rich.
The more I think about it, the more I realize, like, a lot of Land Before Time was kind of like low-key racism. Well, it wasn't even low-key. It was pretty high-key.
Is, people always argued after the fact.
The result?
Technically, the carnivores would be the more intelligent of the two groups. If anything, they shouldn't be the slathering villains that were incapable of speech and largely just fighting at the bit to chomp on the main characters. But they always portray the herbivores as the docile creatures that have a society and are capable of speech and interacting with another.
If you are not going to flee, I shall take your life as payment. You have had your fun. If you are going to flee, now is your chance.
Ooh. A green orb.
People are waiting on me.
Note to self, this guy has rang.
Rang?
Range.
After all
Oh,
the trouble
range.
we went through to get this treasure, I'm not gonna let you get your hands on it. Let's try
Why
this.
are... What? What is your plan here? That's
They-
not me. That's...
They want to kill the creature and get it for themselves.
That's stupid.
I just want to see him crush them. You are unworthy.
Hey, thank you, Wildemar Kid, for the 800 bits. What if you missed Fire Emblem? We are very tired today, so we just figured we'd load up Fire Emblem and just get as far as we can in it.
Now we're talking about dinosaurs.
Yep. Dangosaurus. Dangosaurus Rex. Let's see. Does she have rescue? She might. No, she does not. She has physics.
I suppose, in that sense, Land Before Time suffers from the same predicament that you would have found in Lion King. Where, if you think about it, why are the herbivores willingly prostrating themselves towards a predator that would just as soon eat them as defend them? Power. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those thieves.
I mean, I think in general, the more you think about some of these, the more you realize, like, yeah, that's a really stupid story. I don't know who came up with this.
Mm-hmm. I mean, technically, the whole Lion King story is largely based off of Kimba.
Wait, what?
Kimba, the white lion.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I grew up with VHSs of the, what was it? Was it a 60s cartoon or a 70s cartoon of Leo the Lion, which was the descendant of Kimba, the white lion.
Well, I want to say both are actually based off of, like, a legit...
They're based off a manga.
No. Like, I want to say Lion King, straight up, like, the plot is from a historical event.
No. I mean, they say that they based it off Hamlet, but they really based it off Kimba. I should show you the comparison video of
No, I don't need a comparison
the original
video.
Kimba. That was from the 60s, Kimba the White Lion. Nah, it wasn't Macbeth, it was Hamlet.
Don't quote me on this. I will have to look it up at some point. I'd handshell the controller, but this guy's kind of mean. No, thief leader.
No, that's my treasure.
Get a killer bow. I kind of wanted that. Oh, whatever.
But if you look at Kimba the White Lion, they even had a gnarled villainous character that was a lion with a black mane, reddish fur, and a scar across his eye.
I mean, let it not be said that...
What?
Let it not be said that Disney does not just steal everything.
Oh no, they did. They did. I think they only released The Lion King and developed it after the author of Kimba had died. And they had even offered to work with him at one point, but never got around to it. I'll show you a YouTube video someone had compiled of scene-by-scene comparisons.
Guide me well.
I really liked the theme song for Leo the Lion. Leo, Leo, I love you. Leo, save the day. Leo, do. That was so much fun.
I'm just gonna use time control until Seth hits this guy. God
Guide me well.
Dang.
What was funny about Leo the Lion, though, is much of it was
Lance. That's actually something I want.
Leo having his son Rooney with him, going on adventures.
Why?
Wait, what? What's going on?
You really should probably pay a little bit of attention.
Sorry, we got to talking about the Lion King and
no,
Kimba
you just decided you were going to talk about Lion King.
Well, we were
today.
talking about it because of Land Before Time and the relations of herbivores versus carnivores and dinosaurs and then creatures that are related to each other and then this phoenix bird creature and what kind of...
They are indeed. I should tell you that Seiros is in a precarious state right now.
Mm-hmm.
I will not assist you. I have lived apart from the world of man, which disgusts me so. This war disgusts me also.
I thought you might say as much. That is regrettable.
Yeah, so they're definitely these large creatures that have the ability to take on human form and just decided to live amongst the humans
At your
and
service.
try to bring probably enlightenment to them, but then found out that they were just too volatile.
At the ready.
Immacule's fed up with them.
Eek. He is a bad sucker.
Smell those detestable 10 elites. Who are you?
I'm the grandson of the grandson of the grandson of the elite Regan. Now tell me who you are.
I am your family's enemy. If you carry the blood of the 10 elites, you cannot be permitted to live.
What do you mean by that? And what's that crest on your forehead?
No more talk. If you wish to survive, you must destroy me.
You have our support. Pull out all the stops.
That?
So he's saying that the 10 elites are enemies?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make sense.
Move again. Dang it.
If the 10 elites were given or granted power through the ancient evil relic weapons, but the ancient evil relic weapons were given to them by this doesn't make sense.
I mean, I think it makes a loose amount of sense. It just really depends on like what you're trying to, what the exact story
Also,
is here.
yeah, what crest does he have? I mean, there are crests for all of the saints.
My orders?
But are the saints included among the elites? And also, what was House Regan's crest? Or was Regan the original?
No, Regan is one of the 10 heroes.
He was one of the 10 elites. Okay. Did you get Flame to talk with them?
Mm-mm. Not quite yet. Working on that. Takes a little while to get some of them in here.
Onward.
And I think I need Flame to heal on this round, because Mercedes has already done her thing.
Oh, you need to still wipe out some of those thieves.
Yep.
What's my strategy?
Let's see. Can't do anything there.
More fighting.
Because part of it is I do need to heal everyone, kind of, sort of. Maybe not everyone. Maybe it's not so bad.
Maybe it...
Eh. Also, this hummus is real good.
Hummus?
But not hummus, pita.
Pita. Well, that's because we got it from the Persian restaurant. Give me a...
Attack? Rusted bow! This is stupid. Why did I do this? That was really stupid. Who's he even gonna attack? Okay. He still directed that direction.
Let's make this quick.
Okay, flame. Here, attack. Fire. Oh, that's barely any damage. It's so weak. But on the plus side, he doesn't do any damage to her either, so it's not so bad.
That face takes me back in time. You have not changed one bit, Seven.
I ask that you keep quiet, Uncle.
Why the rush, Seven?
Shh, please keep quiet, Uncle.
They only have favorable things to say to her.
Because she's probably the really cute niece that everyone loves.
Mm-hmm. Whereas to Seth, they're just like, why have you allied yourself with the humans? We won't be forced to
I wonder what the
trifle in
dialogue
wars.
would be if you had recruited Rhea. Because there's a route where Rhea is your primary, like, support NPC. Or character, whatever.
Really? But is that only after you rescue her? Because I don't know if we'll be able to rescue her because you didn't get a high support level with her. Because this whole part of the campaign would have been forfeit. Or at least the whole subplot with finding Seiros. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah, I don't really know. Fortify is such a convenient spell. Okay, so he's still got some armor here. I gotta bust that barrier off, otherwise I'm never gonna be able to hurt him. Well, I am, it's just gonna take forever. Cover to gambit use.
Now, do any of your characters possess Macuel's crest?
No.
Gotta get stronger.
Nope, none of the saints had children, with the exception of Keyhole. AK Seteth is actually the only one that got it on with anybody.
But then there's... But Indek.
Yeah?
We have a character who's a descendant of Indek.
No?
It's Hanneman.
Is it?
If you want to look, you can.
We'll have to do it after. Because I actually do not have...
Those who stand before me, how long has it been? Hundreds of years, thousands. You have the stink of Sothis upon you. Let us find out whether you share her power.
Ooh.
Ow.
I thought for sure that one of your characters had Indek.
Ooh. He actually does damage. I can't use that in melee. Interesting. I could be wrong. I don't think so.
We'll have to see. Because I thought for sure that I had seen the name elsewhere.
That is barricade off? No.
Oh, Bernadetta! Oh! You're right. And chat was saying it was Bernadetta. Remember how we talked about her turtling herself up in her room? And how, oh, that would make sense because she's related to the turtle.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
So it wasn't Hanneman. I think I must have gotten confused because Hanneman had talked with Bernadetta about how her crest was that of Indek, the turtle? Or no, was it Bernadetta talking to Seteth about the turtle business? And then Hanneman was talking with her about her crest? Oh.
Bust that shield if I can.
You can probably check Bernadetta now. Don't you have her on hand, or no, you didn't bring her into battle?
No.
Nope, but you did defeat him.
No, he is not
nope,
defeated.
He's not defeated yet, he's just stunned.
Yeah, knocked him down.
Oh, okay.
Which means now his barrier's off, which means I can actually do damage to him. When I have functional characters for it.
That's a win for everyone.
Yeah, I don't recall a character having Macule's crest, but we can see.
Why is this one thief running from me?
Might as well hunt him down.
That's kind of the goal. Do I still have a charge of meteor?
Either.
Can I not hit that other person? Okay. Assist. Rescue. I want to take out that last guy, because he's a giant pain in the butt. There we go. Turns out I should have just dropped Dorothea on people.
Left on this rose.
There we go. Fancy rusted lance. Okay. And who takes him out? Claude does.
Oh yeah, his horn broke off too.
Oh, did his horn break?
Yeah, the left one. Or the right.
Oh yeah.
Technically. Left from our perspective.
I mean, that's
right
an easy
for
thing
his.
to just remove. Oh, right. He still had HP.
Mm-hmm. So
Well,
one
whatever.
more bar.
It's fine. Who gets to beat him? X does. With his fists. His wooden trading punching things. He survived the one-hit kill. They didn't survive the rest. That's some good EXP.
It stopped moving. Is it dead? No. It seems it's just sleeping. I thought we were supposed to be given the treasure, but... forget it. I'll just have a look around there. What about this thing? Huh. I'll think about it later.
The Sleeping Sand Legend. So you're not given the treasure. It just puts him to sleep so that then you can.
Yeah, we
claim
just
it
mugged
later.
an ancient sand griffin.
Thanks for all your hard work, Teach. Sorry for dragging you along with me. I had no idea it would turn into a fight. But hey, at least we got some treasure out of it. I'll leave this in your capable hands. Do with it as you will.
Why don't we share it?
How would we do that? More importantly, I didn't go there looking for treasure. Not really. Legends about the saints abound. It's hard to tell fact from fiction. I like to confirm whatever I can with my own eyes to find the truth in those legends.
What'd you find out?
Not a thing. We didn't find anything concrete to prove that Saint Macuil had been there. We can't say for certain that the treasure we found was Macuil's either. I do wish we could have spoken to that wind caller a bit more.
Could it have been Saint Macuil? Macuil?
Unlikely. Macuil lived thousands of years ago. And I've never heard anything about the saints being monsters like that. Wait a minute. Could the wind caller have anything to do with the Immaculate One? The Immaculate One is a monster sent by the goddess. Could the wind caller be... Where was it that I heard that stuff about them having been sent by the goddess? Maybe I'm too tired. My head is heavy. I can't think straight anymore. Let's call it a day for now. I've got plenty of time to think this over.
Wasn't it Solon that told us that?
As Tomas in the library.
Yeah.